God bless you. One more time, I am greeting to you all, my precious brethren and precious saints around the world. My precious brothers and sisters, you see, we are in a crucial days, very horrible days we are living, and many of you know very well the wars and the nuclear breakout, everything is going on, but we have to be very cautious about our spiritual condition. If I say about spiritual, we have to be very careful. See, I am not the person, even I don't want to tell my name that who is speaking, but some of the people know that who I am. But yet I want to convince you that don't ever follow the persons and make him something your God man. Don't do that. You see, all we are doing is helping you to come out from the deception. Yes, that is only we are doing. We are not, we are not doing any membership or anyone should follow us. No, our lookout is not that. We are only, you see, we are only helping out to the people around the world, because we have some materials, and we are bringing out and we are publishing through our channel, YouTube channel, to tell you that be careful of these kinds of heresies and claims and superstitious things. Now, one more statement of Dalton Bruce, that he said he had the audible voice of God and told him that all this revelation, all the revelations of the message of W.Branham, you will going to have it. See, that means it is a very dangerous things. People are still believing. Many followers, many disciples he made through all these years, maybe 60 or 70 years. He has very large numbers of disciples. They don't want to listen anybody. They don't want to listen any minister. They don't want to even greet the people who are not acquainted or have no contact with the Dalton Bruce and his company. Yes, they are very, very proud and claiming that they are only the people is going in the rapture. Yes, they don't know what is the program of God. So therefore, we are going to one more YouTube. We are going to publish you in order to give you the in order to help you to come out from these kinds of confusion and things. You see, I am just going to play that. You are going to hear Dalton Bruce what he speaks. You will come to know. Then I will speak about his audible voice of God from the housetop and everything.
So my brother, my mind was puzzled, to be honest with you. I couldn't just, but I'm doubting it. But you see, as a minister, my brother, I want to see what I'm going to preach in the word. How am I going to present it to somebody? I'm going to see. All those other preachers take up those things and never search it out in the word and just jump out. Preaching here, preaching there, preaching there, they get something to preach. I've never said one word about it. I'll leave it just like that. And then, my brother, sister, something happened. In that time, I'm going to close off now, okay? Now, one night, I was home in that old house there in front. And I woke up. I was awake. I wasn't sleeping. Now what woke me up is that, it had an Indian wedding around in the neighborhood here. You know how loud they play those music, right? That brother, for quarter mile, nobody can really sleep as they want. And that was just in the neighborhood here. That might wake me up. So, that might waking me up. I just lie down like that, and I had my eyes closed a little bit, trying to sleep away. And then this is the first time I hear the audible voice of the Lord that spoke down in me. And then that voice, all right, let me just jump ahead. First thing that I heard, very first thing that I heard, was Brother Branham's voice blasting from a tape recorder, like if you put all the volume up. And the voice seemed to have been coming from the living room. Now I know that I don't have any tape recorder on. I just know it. And it was late. If they even have a tape recorder there, the tape will finish, because I went to sleep about 9 o'clock. So my brother, sister, what happened is that I get up, and I hear in this tape playing. So I'm trying to figure out now, who could be playing this tape inside of my house here? What is that going on? But I hearing that prophet voice. And in hearing that prophet voice, something from my heart, like if it is just gobbling up and it is just rejoicing in what that prophet is saying. Like if the revelation out of the tape there, I am getting it. You're studying a tape sometime, and your heart is just feeding on that, and you really get in the spirit and listen to that tape. Now, like that. And then my brother says that I know that it was a revelation of what Brother Branham saying there that is really feeding my soul. And then what happened? The audible voice of the Lord. This is not something speaking down inside. This is not a dream, my brother. This is not a vision. I'm sure about this one. It is the audible voice of God. Now from the housetop, my wife was awake still. So now my brother says that this voice speaking from the housetop and said, "This is the voice of the Lord." You talk about scared. Now that voice, it will start big on top. This is the voice of the Lord. And then it will come down like a tin corkscrew. And it will get so thin that it will fit only my ear. And every time that voice, the PA system there that was blasting, I could no longer hear it. And then I will know when the voice left my ear, it will lift again. And it will go up to the roof. And then again, my brother, sister, it will speak again. Now, each time it speaks, I get more scared. Now the second time it's going to speak and said, "This is the voice of the Lord." And then after it started comes, I get more scared. So now what I'm saying down in my heart now, I say, "Speak, my Lord. Speak, my Lord. I want this voice to tell me something." And then when the second time, I say, "Boy, if I hear this a third time, I wonder if I say, speak, my Lord. Speak, my Lord. I want this voice to tell me something." And then when the second time, I say, "Boy, if I hear this a third time, I wonder if I'm able to take it." I get more scared. And then again that voice come again the third time and said, "This is the voice of the Lord." I get scared. And then that voice lift. And I didn't hear nothing again. I lie down there wondering, what in the world is this? What the Lord is trying to tell me? I say, maybe I offend the Lord. That is why He didn't tell me what He had to say. But the thing is, my brother, sister, that voice speaking from the housetop had to do with what I was receiving from the recorder playing outside there, from my heart. Now later on, not that time, but later on, long after that, I realized that the Lord was trying to tell me that the revelation that was now coming to me and I was bothering about it, it is the revelation of what Brother Branham preached. Do you see what I'm saying? Now the Lord was trying to show me and console my heart because I was troubled that I'm not following another message, but I'm following the revelation of what Brother Branham preached. Later on I understood that. And boy, I tell you that, for a few days, that make me feel like if God was just on the side here. I will be walking, and I actually feel that this same voice that speaks to me, like if you're watching every step I make, and like if I could talk. When I pray now, I feel like if I talking to a man, because I hear that voice of God. Of course, after a time, that feeling left me. Human beings always want a new experience. But whether I feel like that or not, the Lord is there always. You see, and sometimes when we pray, we want to pray like if God way up somewhere there. Brother, He is a very present help in the time of trouble. So right there that you could be talking to Almighty God, right there. And if you could get yourself into that channel, my brother, that same God will speak back to you.
All right, you heard him saying that he heard the audible voice of God. In the audible voice of God, he heard the tape recorder. He heard the tape playing and voice of Brother Branham and all those things. You heard it enough. So this fellow, this fellow trying to deceive the people by saying that, you see, he also says that I don't want to make myself something different. All these things he is saying, that is one kind of a tactics. Person will never say that I am that one, and he will, moreover, he will hide me, and then he will tell, I don't want to tell many things because that I don't want to disclose, he says. You see how cunningly he bring out all those things. I don't want to talk all those things. Those things are for me, he says. Those things I do not want to tell you. Okay, only these things I tell you, like that he says. Then he says that he had the audible voice of God. In the voice, he says that the voice is telling, God called him, you see, I will give you all the revelations of Brother Branham's message to you. That means he is the crystal what William Branham spoke about. William Branham said about the crystal, how the crystal catches the spiritual voices of God. That is what Brother Branham said it. We have to stick in Brother Branham's message. We have to only listen what William Branham said. Not these kinds of Tom and Dick and Harry speaking anyhow. They bring all their experiences. Already I spoke about that. I don't want to repeat and bore you out. Okay, now this man, moreover, you heard that his main goal, I can say goal, or he fulfilled that goal. You see, he bring out that kind of audible voice in the dream, and he tells that like a Job in the Bible, how Job heard the audible voice of. So he put himself into the place of Job, whatsoever it is. But now here he says like he heard the audible voice, and the Lord told him particularly that you are hearing the messages of Brother Branham. So now you will receive all the revelations of Brother Branham, and that only you will get that revelation. My question to the people who are his disciples and others: how can it be possible? Revelation is if Bruce he alone got the revelation, then what about others? Now, another thing I would like to tell you: Bruce is not that vessel. He is not that crystal. Oh yes, sir. To receive the revelation of William Branham, God already God already elected that vessel. And he called that vessel, and he told supernaturally, he called him and told him all the revelations of the message of William Branham I'll give to you. So we have no 1,000 crystals. We have one crystal what William Branham spoke about. We do not have 1,000. We do, Dalton Bruce is not that crystal who can receive the revelation of William Branham's message. We don't believe that. Now, let me read the quotes of William Branham to make you to understand. Now, Brother William Branham says here, I read the quotes. You see, now there is something taking place in this room, and there is something here. There is actual in this room angels, voice of God, see, but how do you can't. If you can't hear the natural voice without something to send it out, how you going to hear the spiritual voice? Now you might make believe that somebody is singing a certain song, they might not even be there. See, but when it actually strikes the crystal that it is supposed to strike, then it gives a true interpretation and vindicates it by showing the picture. See what I mean? Congregation say amen. 1960, so all right. Now, the Spirit of God, when it speaks through the true word, it vindicates itself to show itself that it is right. You understand now? Question and answer on the seals, 1963. This is what Brother Branham said about. So, now this fellow, he indirectly claiming that he is the one, that crystal after William Branham, and he is the crystal to receive all the revelation of Brother Branham's message and sending to the people, is absolutely wrong. It is completely wrong. It is I can say it is the heresy. He is a big heretic. Yes, and some more we will bring out. Not immediately we will bring out these kinds of things. Some other day we will bring out other claims and everything. You be patiently wait for that. Now this I am helping you out. Be careful. This he is not the crystal for the revelation of William Branham's message. William Branham's message, the crystal, my dear brothers and sisters, God already sent the crystal, and crystal we are acquainted with that crystal, and we know that crystal. We are very well understood that crystal, and God through that crystal we received the revelation of William Branham's message. So now we understand, not because Dalton Bruce, we understand, we came in contact with that crystal, we understood the message of William Branham. If that crystal was not there, we wouldn't have been understood the message of William Branham. Therefore, we thank God for the crystal. He is whatever audible voice he may share, he may bring out, and he brought out, and he trying to prove that he is the crystal. He is not that crystal. Absolutely, he is not that man. Had received the revelation of William Branham's message. No, he is nothing, my dear brothers, and he is fooling. He is duplicating that vessel. He is impersonating that vessel. He is only he replaced that vessel, and he standing there and claiming that. And I tell you, it is absolutely the work of the devil before you receive the token. So before you receive the token, recognize these kinds of superstitious dreams and audible voices and be away from them. So God bless you.